get bounced when we were back in Hingham.
How are your Patriots doing?
No, they're so they pulled it off yesterday, but no, they're not going to burn it up, I don't think. I've actually been watching Tampa Buccaneers because of Brady a lot.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, there's only one team that's beat them this year.
yep, exactly.
That'd be my LA Rams.
Gloat.
Well, it's what happens at the end of the year, not the beginning, that matters, right?
Yeah, if you're going to have good games, you want to have back to the end of the season, not the start of it. Yeah. Hello, Karen.
So, for some reason, the one invitation I was asking for a passcode. So then I had to find the other invitation. So anyway,
All right, well, you made it.
and
Just in the nick of time, just like yesterday.
well, I
Hello.
found out my email went to my old Ferlito@pacbell.net, which I don't read.
Regardless, your substitute was excellent looking.
Yes, I thought very good likeness, you know. Figured it out for me. She said, I think this went to your other address.
I thought that was a pretty well attended event, actually. It was quite a crowd.
Very nice.
Wow,
Very nice. It was lots of fun.
it was.
And the decorations in the park were just so much fun.
Yeah, no, it was really well done, well attended. It was great success.
That talking plant actually scared me. I hope you saw the talking plant, Dave.
Yes, I did.
That was pretty
Yeah. Yeah. Give Ashley credit.
Yeah, very nice. God, my
I keep getting these calls from these guys wanting me to renew my warranty on my car service. They're really clever too. This guy's calling from Boulder Creek. One guy called from King City early. It's the same number, but it's crazy. Really annoying.
yes, and if you block it, that somebody else just calls you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, my clock says that it's 3 p.m. on November 1st, 2021. Ashley, do you agree?
I agree, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. And why don't we call to order the special meeting, Carmel-by-the-Sea City Council. Ashley, could we get a quorum check, please?
Yes, Councilmember Barron,
Here.
Councilmember Ferlito,
Here,
Councilmember Tice,
here.
Mayor Pro Tem Richards,
Sure.
Mayor Potter.
Yeah.
We have a quorum.
Excellent, thank you. So why don't we go to the extraordinary business? I don't think there's anything extraordinary today. We could go on then to public appearance. It's an opportunity for any member of the public to appear on an item that is not on today's agenda. And a limited consent calendar before us. Don't forget, you could testify tomorrow if you're so inclined. But if there's anybody that'd like to speak tonight, now would be the chance. 3-minute limitation on
Mayor
testimony.
Potter,
And if you would state your name for the
Mayor
record, I
Potter,
appreciate it.
may I speak?
Certainly.
May I speak, Mayor Potter?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. My name is Michael McWalters. I'm on Scenic Road 2 north of 11th. Title of my presentation today is Houston, We Have a Problem. Hello, Mayor Potter. Hello, Mayor Pro Tem Richards and council members Ferlito, Theus, and Barron. The following 3 incidents will explain why I'm speaking to you today. First incident in March of last year while I was walking north on Scenic. I was taken aback upon seeing an unmanned street barricade blocking Scenic. How does the city expect the average 60-year-old Carmel resident to get out of their car to move a large, heavy street barricade when there's no room to drive around it? So I emailed City Attorney Pirrick and asked him if this unmanned barricade was in compliance with the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, as I have a bad back. Pirrick did not answer back. Second incident in December of last year, after doing a quote-unquote survey, which did not include surveying scenic road residents, Carmel-by-the-Sea staff recommended periodic closures of Scenic Road, busiest residential street in Carmel, so kids can ride their bikes. I was on that call. Unbelievable. Third incident a little over a month ago, on September 29th, going against our municipal cell towers ordinance, staffer Marnie Waffle and staff attorney Trip May recommended giving Verizon a permit for a 51-foot tall cell tower on Carmelo and 8th. This was an alarming recommendation because our telecom ordinance discourages cell towers in R4 and says no cell towers in R1. The R4 La Playa is an island in an R1 residential neighborhood. Why did Waffle and May go against our ordinance? They did not explain why. So then I found a video of another Verizon City Hall meeting dated September 10th, 2019, showing staffer Waffle telling Verizon no to their permits request for cell towers. Why the flip-flop? Why yes to cell towers on 9/29/21 and no to cell towers 2 years earlier on 9/10/19? The ordinance had not changed. Why did Waffle change her mind? It might be because our city attorney changed. City Attorney Pierrick became our city attorney after staffer Waffle said no to Verizon cell towers. Now with City Attorney Pierrick in place for about 2 years, staffer Waffle says yes. I find this very troubling. So now we learn that our municipal cell towers ordinance has to be rewritten. Given what I've just described, there's no way I can trust Pierrick and May to write a telecom ordinance that's fair to the residents in the Golden Rectangle. And the Golden Rectangle residents I've spoken with do not trust Pierrick and May to write a fair cell towers ordinance either. However, in conclusion, the Golden Rectangle residents believe that Verizon can trust Pierrick and May. I'll return tomorrow with a couple of solutions to this dilemma. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your testimony. Is there anybody else wishing to speak today? Ashley, do you see anybody?
I do not.
All righty, we'll give it a second and then I'll go ahead and close the public comment period. See no one, I'll close the public comment period, move on to announcements. Chip, do you have anything you'd like to announce? I'm going to save it for tomorrow. You want to do it tonight?
I'd like to do it, the second one, both nights, please, Mr. Mayor, if that's okay with you. The first is council, the mayor's asked me to try to set up a social gathering, which would be a public meeting with the Sunset Cultural Center board. And if you could please look at your calendars for, I believe it's November 16th, which is the next SCC board meeting. They would have their board meeting and then we would meet with them and go on a field trip around the facility to look at the improvements that they've recently made to the lighting and rigging and some things, which I think will be helpful. And then we'll gather in the lobby area for some light hors d'oeuvres and beverages. And just they've got a lot of new board members, and I think it's really important. I heed the mayor's advice for us to meet with them socially and just have a casual conversation. So look at your calendars. I'll firm that date up in the next the next week or so. And the second thing is Chief Euler sent me a text a little while ago, and this is a real celebration for Carmel PD. They did identify the vandal who graffitied the city last weekend. I believe it was Karma. Brandon and I disagree on what the graffiti actually said, but Mr. Karma, which I believe is now in jail in Napa, and we'll have a little more details. But it's really a testament to the fine police work of Carmel PD to find this this person, and we'll be bringing them to whatever happens in court. So, good news, Mr. Mayor.
Excellent. Thank you, Chip.
I have
Karen?
a question. Do you have a time of day for this possible meeting with the Sunset Center Board?
Yeah, I believe, council member, that they meet at 2:30 or 3:30 on that third Tuesday of every month. So I will, again, I'll coordinate that, but if you could look at your afternoon schedule to see if we can't meet with them. And again, there won't be any business for either group at this point in time. It just really is an opportunity to meet and talk to the new board members.
Excellent, Chip. I appreciate you following up on that. I just think it's important that we get a chance to get out there and meet the changing guard. So I appreciate that. Okay, anything else?
No, sir, that's it.
Brian, do you have anything of interest?
No, I don't. Not at the moment. I'll give it some thought though.
Appreciate that. Okay, council members, do you have anything of interest at the moment? I see everybody going east-west, so we'll say no. But that brings us on then to the consent calendar. There's 9 items on the consent calendar. Is there anybody on council with a concern with these items for staff? You don't see anybody. Is there anybody in the public wishing to speak to the consent calendar? All right, hearing nobody, why don't we go ahead and move consent then?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I thought somebody was going to pull this, but I do have a question about number 9.
Number 9. All right, so this is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a professional services agreement with Bob Marine Associates to for executive recruitment services, public director, police chief, and public health director for library and community service, not to exceed $51,000. Chip, do you want to take this?
I'm happy to answer a question. We're using an outside recruiting firm for the police chief and the library director position. If it's not already posted, we're posting for the interim city clerk. It was late last week, Friday, or this week. And we're doing the in-house recruitment for a permanent city clerk at the same time. I think I've talked to several of you today. One of the things I want to work on with Ms. Gullo is developing some kind of a strategic plan for recruitments as we go ahead. And as we move into the future, this year so far, of course, we have hired at least 1 police officer, a paramedic, 4 librarians, a planner, 2 dispatchers, various and sundry positions that were vacant, but we certainly have our fair share of vacancies that are still outstanding. And so again, one of the things that we'll talk about under my evaluation is how we're more nimble at filling positions and ensuring that the candidates or successful candidates share our organizational values. So I'm happy to answer any questions, Councilmember Ferlito.
Yes, my question is, I've heard from a few constituents that they would like to have some sort of community input or interaction about what kind of police chief we're looking for, or some sort of interaction towards the end after the candidates. Maybe there are 2 or 3. And I noticed that there is an option down there for an additional, I think it's $1,500 a day in order to have a community forum. There's also a price for a survey kind of thing for the community. And I just wondered if we could have some sort of discussion about adding that.
Those were things that I was planning on doing in-house. So I was planning on having a community board to advise me on the couple of, like as you said, the finalist candidates, 2 or 3 or 4, made up. Actually, I've already talked to Wanda Vollmer, who's one of the captains from CERT, village resident. I'm certainly having our POA involved and another community member, and then also having sworn police chiefs from the peninsula that understand our values as well, that can advise me as well. So yes, ma'am, I will be reaching out to various and sundry individuals in our nuclear community and our greater community to advise. Yes, ma'am. I don't think we need to pay the extra money at this point in time. And if we do, I'll come back and ask you for it.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. If it turns out that the community would like more than that, I think we should be willing to take a look at that extra expenditure at a future time.
Yes, ma'am.
So that question having been asked and answered, do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I'll make the motion to approve the consent calendar 1 through 9.
Thank you, Councilmember Richards. A second?
Second.
Given a motion, a second. Ashley, could you get a roll call on that, please?
Councilmember Barron,
Yes.
Councilmember Ferlito,
Yes.
Councilmember Tice,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Richards,
Yes.
Mayor Potter.
Aye.
It is unanimous. Thank you all.
Okay, that concludes the public portion of our meeting. We're now going to go into closed session. Ashley, if you could take us into closed session, let us know when the coast is clear. I'd appreciate it.
I need to make the announcement first on what we're going.
Sorry, yes, Brian, you're right. Why are we going into closed?
Yeah.
Also, if there's anybody in the public that would wish to speak one of these items, before we go into closed session, now would be the time once Brian tells us why.
There's 3 closed sessions this afternoon. The first one is public employee performance evaluation pursuant to Government Code Section 54957. The title is City Administrator. The second is a conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6. The agency designated representatives are the city administrator and the assistant city administrator. The unrepresented employees are listed in the agenda. The third item is a conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, initiation of litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D4. The number of potential cases is 1.
Thank you, Brian. Is there anybody in the public wishing to speak at any of these items? I will take that silence as being no. So now we can go into closed session. Ashley, if you do that, I'd appreciate it.
Sarah, I'm going to kick you out.